Spring water. Spring water. There we go. Hey guys, good morning. Happy Sunday. 1 second. Let's bring this here. Bring this here. And I'm ready to go. What is up? How's life going? Time for some tactics. Should we reach 3,000 today? Let's see. First things first. I'm going to make my face bigger, maybe. I think I can do it. One second. How about this? Okay. So let's start with Puzzle Rush as usual to warm up. And if the session is not too long, I might move to Lichess after it to try the version 2. Okay, let's start. Oh, that was a mouse lift. I mouse lift in the first of Puzzle Rush. Nice. Okay, my hand. Oh my. Okay, now I'm extra careful with my moves. Yes, because there was a check on f4. Ufda. I think it was on f4. I'm still confused. Yeah, there was knight c6. If check. Why to move? Why can't I promote? He goes to a4. Ah, that way. But that way I promote. No, I don't. Oh yes, I do this. Check. Interesting. This. bishop is a bit trapped. If I check and then take there, and material up, right? Simple as that. As simple as that. I don't need any check. Take. Suddenly puzzles are starting to be extremely easy, and I'm concerned. Okay. Because it shouldn't be the case. With rook is better than with bishop, right? No. Okay, let's move to the real tactics. This coffee is strong. 29.94. Ay. Let's go. Okay. What do we have here? I want to promote. Black wants to promote with check. We're a piece up, on the other hand. Candidate moves. Allow him to promote, but anytime we go e7, we're going to promote. I mean, black is one move away from promoting, but we're virtually one move away too because of this knight here. So maybe just defend. Okay, this is my first option, to defend the promotion. And let's say he promotes, takes, we go, we win. Of course, things are not going to be that easy. He can sacrifice knight for pawn, and then we have to be careful to be left with material for checkmate. For example, if we take there with knight, the moment he's going to promote, we sack the bishop. We're not winning because with two knights we can't checkmate. So another way could be check and take this pawn. For example, like now, check, king moves somewhere, let's say here, and we actually take the pawn. Now if he takes our knight, we win. He has no checks, that's a good thing. If he takes our knight, he wins. If he takes our pawn, on the other hand, we may or may not win. It's a complicated thing to assess, because I cannot check in a good way to save my knight and take his. Hey user, what is up? Hey, thanks. I can't believe in e7, because after the check we need to move to one of those two squares. Actually, this will be mate, and that seems like we're checkmated too. There's queen h1 check, and he's probably gonna stop promotion somehow. Yeah, I cannot believe that. So bishop b3 has a problem of just promote. We have to take, then he takes here. No, that's not a problem because we save our bishop. We're gonna take with check always here. What am I saying? So bishop e3 again. Knight takes pawn. Knight takes with check. King c3. If we lose the bishop, we're never gonna checkmate, so I think that line cannot work. That line cannot work. Therefore, if we start with knight f3 check, king here, knight takes pawn, knight takes pawn, knight e4 check, that cannot win. I need to use this knight, or maybe this knight is just for the endgame, to have bishop and knight. So check, king here, takes. Hey Pinguino, you like bishop b3? I don't. Bishop b3, knight takes e6, and I don't know what to do. Then knight f3 check. Then knight f3 check. Okay, let me answer. User, why not simply e7? Because e7, d1 check, and we resign. d1 check, king h6 only move. Queen h1 check, king g7. I don't really want to keep calculating that. That doesn't feel right. At least he has queen takes knight check, knight g6, and knight takes e7. So at least he has a draw, and probably has more than that. Yeah, no worries. I mean, we're both going to promote here, or both threatening. But yeah, maybe bishop e3 can work, because I was concerned that we might have to sack the bishop, and then he sacks the knight for pawn, and it's a complete draw. But bishop e3, if he promotes first, he has a problem, that after bishop takes, he has to go knight takes, but then knight takes is check, and we save our bishop. And now after bishop e3, I thought he could go knight takes e6. That was the line that was a problem of bishop b3. But I think there, and okay, the problem is that if we take, for example, we check, he attacks our knight, and next move we're gonna lose the bishop. But I think after knight takes e6, we go knight f3 check, and after king c3, for example, we take the pawn, defending the bishop. If he takes our knight, we take his knight, and it's bishop and knight versus knight winning. I don't think so. I don't think so. So maybe that doesn't work either. Yeah, I don't think that could work. No, bishop and knight versus knight cannot win. I think it cannot win. So yeah, bishop b3, we have that problem. Knight takes e6. I never want to give the bishop. So e7, as much as I hate it, has to be in the candidate move list, but no, it cannot. I mean, we have that problem. No. So, okay, let's start with knight f3 again. Knight f3 check, king c3. And then I wanted knight takes d2. And of course he has to play knight takes e6 then. And so far everything is forced. But then if knight e4 check, he has king d4. If knight b1 check, he has king b1. I don't trust this line. Oh, wait. I know, guys. I think I know. Knight f3 check, king moves, let's say king c3, we push e7. So now the promotion is not going to be check. Now the promotion is not going to be check, and if he promotes, we take the knight, defending our knight. And we're 2 pieces up. And then he has one check, only one check, because after knight h4 he has only check back on d1. And then we can probably block with queen because we're 2 pieces up. Okay, I think that's it. Knight f3, check. Going to e4 is an option. Okay. Hey, Bobby. Going to e4 is stupid because knight takes pawn. Did you see the video of the Puzzle Rush world record? No, I saw the videos there on Discord. I didn't see it yet. You know how much I hate Puzzle Rush, so I don't really care. But I'll watch it at some point. Yeah. Okay, I think that's it. Knight f3 check. King moves probably to a not stupid place like c3, and then we push e7. 70 is quite impressive even if you don't like Puzzle Rush. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I've done on chesscap.org. I did a high score too, a couple of high scores, and yeah, when you do a lot of puzzles and you develop the memory. I'm not saying he did it by memory, but it helps when you do many of them by memory. He memorized them. Yeah, okay, I mean, that's not so impressive. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for it because basically the other moves don't work. I think I'm gonna go for it. Knight check and e7. Then he would need to promote first. I don't see any other option. I mean, if he moves the knight, we just promote. He has no checks. And if he promotes, we take the knight. And he only has queen h1 check. Queen h1 check, knight h4, queen back to d1 check, queen f3, and no more checks. And 2 knights and bishop win versus knight. Okay, let's do it. And okay, now I didn't see this defense, I have to say. You should change the title. Studies in chess.com. There are no more tactics. Nah, there are tactics. There's one thing I thought I could do, because I was thinking yesterday. One of the puzzles I failed. I can't remember. Maybe yesterday I only failed one. But I was thinking about it and why did I fail. And then I decided I might start doing analysis, only chess of course, but analysis, instead of analysis of games, analysis of tactics, like why did I fail this puzzle, and try to analyze that. Actually, tactics are more concrete than all or parts of a chess game, so analysis should be easier. And I'm really interested in not just in improving my process of solving tactics, but also in teaching that. So I'm really interested in this analysis thing. Okay, knight f6 is a cool defensive resource now. Can I give you one easy tactics, Pepe? I guess so. I don't know. Yeah, okay, so now, for example, we cannot promote. We should not promote. And we should not give the knight and then promote, because again, we won't win there. So, maybe just preventing knight f6. King g6 is like the obvious way, but it gives options for checks, which I'm not sure if they're important or not, although that option is more or less covered. And then he's gonna have a check on d6 with the queen. Whoa, this is tough now. Okay, what about king g5? King g5 doesn't give checks. The problem is we don't take the knight, so compared with the other line, if he promotes and we promote, he can take our knight, we cannot take knight with check. It's all very suspicious. If we take the pawn first, and then we ensure promotion, that might be the easiest, right? We take the pawn. If he takes, we go king g5, king g5, and that's it. But, of course, he can check first, but then we go king g6. So if he takes our knight, we take the knight, and yeah, he has one check, but we're gonna promote. So yeah, I think it's knight takes. Knight f6 check, what else? King g6, knight e8, what else? And then probably bishop f7. Probably bishop f7. And after bishop f7, maybe knight d5, because he's willing to sacrifice a knight. But if he sacrifices both, wait. We need to save our pawn, though. So maybe instead of bishop f7, just king f7. Okay, I think knight takes d2 has to be the move now. There's no other... I think there's no other way. We cannot allow promotion now that we're not going to take a knight. Doesn't work. What does not work? Knight takes d2 doesn't work? I don't see any other move, Bobby. Why doesn't it work? I mean, if he takes it, we win, right? If he does not take it, he has to go knight f6. I mean, if he does not take our knight. And then I thought king g6, but maybe king g5. I don't know. Oh, he doesn't have knight d5, never ever. So maybe it's easier than I thought. King g6, knight e8, bishop f7, and if knight d5, just bishop takes d5, we have time to go attack the knight later. Yeah. So there's no way for him to stop our pawn, I think. Knight f5, okay, that's another approach. And now again we should be careful, because if we do something like knight g6, for example, he just sacrifices, we take, he takes our knight, and we're not winning. Okay, we have a check first. We have, as long as we're 2 pieces up, we can lose the pawn. How to do this now? Because now we're gonna lose the pawn, right? There's no way to save it. If we promote, of course, there's this fork. So we need to see the way to take both knights. Okay, we have one check here. The problem is after the check he can attack either our knight or our bishop. Complicated. If we save our 3 pieces, we only need to take 1 knight. So this would be nice if we can save this knight. And this would be nice if we could take this knight. So now the question is, do we want the knight here, or do we want the knight there, like promoting, and our king somewhere helping? Knight e4, king b2, bishop e6. Knight e4, king b2, bishop e6. You are right. So knight e4 has to be met with king d4, king d3. King d4 seems more natural. Then maybe not knight g3, but knight d6. Oh no, from there he controls e8. Stupid. So knight e4 check is definitely the most natural move here, along with maybe promoting and doing something about it. Well, there's this idea, knight e4 check, king d4, knight f6, and then he takes, we go king g6 or king g5, and we take one of the knights. Oh no, but we sacrifice the knight. What am I saying? Okay, knight e4 check, king d4. Maybe knight g3 is not so stupid after all. Oh, but we don't take a knight. So if he takes on e7, so it is stupid. Checks unless you get one of the opponent's knights. Maybe let's try to calculate. Let's try. That's what I'm trying. Knight check, king d4. No more checks, and our knight still hanging. Bishop e6 first. Knight e4, king d4, bishop e6. Bishop e6 first. Yeah. I thought that in the back of my mind, that we had the check always. So bishop e4, knight takes e7, I assume. And then it would be nice to have a proper check, but I don't see a proper check. Knight e4 check, king d4. It would be nice to trap the knight. Maybe it's just promoting and getting the king into play. King g6, knight takes e8, and take it from there with the king on g6 or g5 or g4. We may have some tricks to win one of the knights after that. But that seems tough. The other idea is knight g6. Under promotion. Oh! Under promotion, Bazinga! We can promote to a knight. And then I think we take the knight. Oh, look at this. Knight e4 check. King d4. We under promote to a knight. Then he takes our knight. Then we go bishop e1 check. And he has to go to f4 or e5 to keep the knight. But we're gonna go knight g6 check. So he has to go here. Knight g6 check. He has to go here. And then... almost. Knight c7 doesn't quite work. Maybe it does. Knight c7, king d6 only move. Knight b5 check. If only the knights could defend each other. Okay, but that idea seems promising. Let's do it in a different way. I think 94 has to be, because with the king here we have these tricks. Nice idea, Bazinga. Yeah, and the promotion. Wow. Oh, if we do it now, and he takes, we go bishop e6. Isn't that easier? Because he has only one check and we attack the knight. And knights cannot defend each other, right? So maybe it's simpler. Maybe we just under promote to a knight right now. Is that winning? Two knights, bishop versus knight should be winning. So if we promote to a knight now, he has to take our knight. And then we go bishop e6. Good luck to try to win this endgame after. No, I can't win this endgame. I'm gonna annotate this. After after the tactics, I'm going to go to Lichess and do king plus knight plus bishop, two knights. King plus two knights plus bishop versus king plus knight against the stockfish. That will be fun. It never happens in real life. Useless. I mean, if I have this position in real life, you never know. I had to. It's a study, yeah, but endgames. I know you never get this. I know, but you never know. I know, but you never know. I had some study like endgames in my short career, so it's nice. It's nice to practice this kind of thing. It helps. It always helps. All right. So I think that's it. I promote to a knight now. So we're two pieces up. Only helps with calculation. I disagree. I think it helps not only with calculation. It also helps with ideas. Ideas like under promotion. Ideas like letting pieces creativity. Yeah, creativity. Ideas in general. Does chess help you in real life? I think so. I think so. I mean, but I think the learning processes of chess helps other learning processes. That's my bet. Just play the puzzle if you want to get some point. Okay, let's do it first, and then talk. I promised. I tried to promote to a knight. Oh, we failed. Well, it's well known that in now that you solved it, no, it's not solved. We failed. But thanks for rushing it. No, I was convinced it was the solution. Sorry. Yeah, it's well known that chess works. You know why? Why? Here, knight, king takes d2, bishop e6, knight f6, knight takes f6, knight g7. Knight g7. Oh. 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 Should have seen that. So it was this. We just needed to find the way here to win that knight. So I thought this at first, but I don't think that can work. So check, 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 check. I don't see it, but on the other hand, I don't have other useful checks, so let's move on. So yeah, the one I calculated before was this 97 check, that I'm not seeing it quite working. So I'm trying to do check and do it in a different way from here, but I don't see it either. No. Okay. It's not a check. Oh. Oh. Bishop a2, guys. The checkmate. Okay, this puzzle is awesome. The checkmate. Show us again. Yeah, I will show again. Okay, from the beginning. Okay. There's no way. There is way, Bobby. I totally disagree with you. When I try to solve studies like this one, I might spend 30 minutes, just me and the board, and these kind of puzzles are totally solvable, but you need to calculate a lot, you need to visualize a lot, and you need not to get distracted by a chat, for example. And it's a really great exercise. I'm just, I think it's just funnier to do this on the stream, even though of course I cannot focus as much as I wanted because I'm reading the chat every time. Black has many moves. No, not a lot, because you're threatening stuff. It's all very forcing. You need to see the. Of course, there are other forcing lines, but so you need to calculate a lot and visualize a lot, but you don't give a lot of options for black. It's already the winning line is very forcing. After this check, I think King c3 is the only logical move. We discussed this already. But okay, yes, you need to explore other options, of course. Then after e7, it's very simple. If he promotes, that's the line we calculated. We defend the knight, he has one check. And then after this and queen back and queen f3, he has no more checks with 2 pieces up. So that's a forcing line, easy to calculate. So the other option he has, of course, is going for the trick on f6, which was what he did. But I still do not understand what was wrong. We're gonna get there, Bazinga. And yeah, Bobby said the line already, but we're gonna get there. So knight takes d2 is forcing black to do something against the pawn, and there's not a lot of ideas. King takes knight seems to lose, obviously, to king g5 and probably also to king g6 because we're going to promote. So he went for the other trick. So now he has forks into different squares and he's apparently winning the pawn. Now, what is maybe the tough part is the under promotion idea. I mean, you need some creativity, of course, and well done, Bazinga, with that idea. Now, if 98 here, if we promote to a knight here, knight f5 is hard to see. Well, I think it's as hard to see as 97. I mean, it's just a knight moving to a fork. If you saw 97, you should be able to see 95, I guess. Because in this endgame, a repetitive idea is black wants to sacrifice a knight for the pawn to make it a draw. H is bridging, Thanks. uh, I don't know what to say to that. I think you're wrong, but if that's your impression. Okay, so why didn't knight e8 work? Because the idea to promote to a knight was to play bishop e6 then and win a piece. The problem is after we promote to a knight and he takes our knight here, we play bishop e6. There's this line knight f6 check, distracting our knight from e8. Knight takes f6 and knight g7 check, and then he takes our bishop on e6. So at the end, it's bishop and knight. No, not bishop and knight. It's not even that. It's knight and knight versus knight, which is obviously a draw. I mean, it's not just two pieces versus piece. It's even worse. It's two knights versus knight. So we're never gonna win that. I meant you remind me of him didn't mean you're the same as him. Yeah, okay, of course I get that. But what I mean is I'm so different from Karpov style, I think. But thanks for the compliment. I think there are some players out there, of course they're better than me because otherwise they wouldn't be well known as they are, but for example Eric Hansen, he reminds me a lot of Karpov, like the play style, and I know he learned from Karpov a lot, so that makes sense. In my case, I like Karpov, and I like Ivan Salgado, who's a Spanish grandmaster who plays more or less same style, and I'm so far away from that way of thinking. So I don't think that's my style, but yeah, I love to see it. Two knights versus knight is more winnable than two knights versus nothing. That's right, Bobby. But you need some help. Okay, so now the solution. The solution was the line I was saying first, that to lose, sacrifice the knight on e4 to go for tricks. But I thought the idea was to take the knight on f5, and suddenly it turns out that there's this trick after knight g6 check, that the only way to keep this knight defended allows this checkmate. That's the thing we missed, because I had this position in my head and I only calculated knight c7. This position was in my head, and I take in your heads too, when we were saying this line. We were very close, guys. We were very close. We lost some points, I think, but only 2 points. We only lost 2 points because we made some good moves. So let's continue. We're still close. We can still do it. We can still get to 3,000 today. Okay. Bam! No, okay, kidding. Let's see, what do we have here? I wanted you to give one easy puzzle. Oh, give me the easy puzzle, and I do it after this one, maybe. Yeah, you just put it somewhere if you have the Fen code or something, and I'll do it after this one. F takes G, he can't take. F takes G. If he takes, we have a fork. So yeah, F takes G, definitely an interesting move. Well, white is threatening. Is this puzzle too easy? I mean, okay, so white is sort of threatening this, but okay, we have these two guys defended by the queen, so it's not even a problem. Queen e7, as long as we keep our queen where it is. After king g8, he could have another check, and then no more problems, I think. So we shouldn't be so worried about this maneuver as long as we keep these guys defended. But another idea is to just pin the queen. I mean, if FG wins, like wins with checkmate or checkmate or wins the queen or something, that's the line we should first calculate. But this line is also to be considered, because if he takes, we might promote the pawn or not, or maybe he has this, I don't know. So let's calculate this one. If he cannot take, and he cannot, he has to go here or here. I think this wins clearly. The C pawn is fast. Oh yeah, this pawn is fast. That's true. I think if he goes to H1, we can even play G2, but maybe there's something better. I was calculating that, I don't know why. Let me see, check on C5 then. Ugh, that's nasty. But King G2 again. Okay, let's calculate first King G2. Let's calculate first King G2. Well, of course, this check. Queen F3, Queen A2 check, King takes G3. That doesn't precisely win, right? We have another way to do it, guys. We have Queen D6 first, protecting E7 and threatening Rook and G3. Is that good enough, or is that just allowing... I mean, the Rook has to go to B7 or A7, I think, after Queen here. Less forced. I think it is... Okay, yeah, it's less forced. It's not a check. You're right. He can even go Rook D7. Then we take on G3. Yeah, you're right. But how is F takes G3 winning? I don't see it. Okay, let's try. King G2. I don't see a good move after King G2. That's my problem. Queen F4 is not winning. Queen E7. I don't know what to do after King G2. And I was even calculating a stupid line before. I was calculating Queen D5, check, Queen F3, Queen A2, when Queen F3 is check. Maybe Rook E8 first. I am weaker than the chat here, so I will share my thoughts and learn. Why is not Rook E8 a candidate move? It is a candidate move. I'm just trying to follow the logical process of calculating first the most forcing ones, and F takes G is of course a very forced one. But yeah, after King G2 I don't see it clear, so maybe it's time to move on to another line. Rook E8 is forced enough. Yeah, let's say forced enough. He has no obvious checks, so we're threatening the queen, so he has to do something. Rook E8 seems interesting, yes. Hey Castlebit. His rook gets trapped after Queen D5 check. Nope. Nope, he doesn't. Yeah, after FG, King G2, I don't believe the position anymore. Rook E8, interesting. fishy. Yeah, it's very fishy. Bobby fishy. So rook e8, the problem is, okay, it seems white has many moves, but white has to be careful about defending some squares, so he has no many moves. So let's say queen a2, that would be my first guess. Keep the second rank defended and threaten a checkmate on f7. That would be logical. Then we would take, and he cannot take again. So king g2. He's controlling d5 from a2 too, so that seems like a good move. The problem is we have queen e4 check, and then because of rook d1 checkmate, white is toasted, because if he takes the pawn, of course we have the fork. So, and we have the same against king h1. So queen a2 immediately loses after rook e8. So queen f3 is another way, pinning our pawn, stopping our idea. Then we have queen d2 check, and that's winning at least the queen, because queen g2, rook e2, and king down, rook e1 check, will win the queen after queen f3. So queen f3 is also completely losing. So rook e8 seems pretty strong. Okay, and we saw a couple of ideas. If the queen loses control of the d2 square, we're gonna go queen d2 check, and that's winning. If it loses control of e4 and d5, we're gonna take on g3 and go queen check on e4 or d5. Wait. No, I committed a mistake in my calculation, guys. So after rook e8, my rook is on e8, not on d8. So I committed a mistake in the queen a2 line. I said takes and then check on e4 and then rook d1 mate. So rook d1 is not mate. But we have queen e1, rook e2, right? At least we have queen e1 and rook e2. So okay, that's working. That's working. Okay. Where can his queen go instead? Not easy. Queen g2, we take on g3 anyway. If he takes with queen, we have rook e2 check. Yeah, rook e8 seems winning. I don't see any idea for black. Rook c8. He has nothing after we take it, right? Queen g4 or queen h5. I approve rook e8. Yeah, I think it has to be winning. It seems so winning against the natural moves. Queen g2 defends all the important squares, but oh, queen g2. Wait. No, queen g2 we take. We take on g3. Yeah, I said that like a minute ago. We take on g3. I approve rook e8 as well. Nice, but you know, because of, you know, in the last puzzles, I learned sometimes we miss stuff, and that queen has a lot of squares, so I want to be sure. It's not the first time we made the most logical move and then we have missed something. But yeah, rook e8, what are the moves that queen have? Like for example, another idea that we didn't consider. It's a stupid, I know, but rook e8, queen takes rook, check, king, rook c8 check, followed by c7. So king e7, c7, and for example, we cannot go king. We might have checkmate. We might have checkmate, so it's okay, but we may not. We may not. So that's another idea we need to consider. Rook check, let's say king e7, c7, and if I go queen f2 check, stop considering stupid moves. Queen f2 is mate. It seems mate. We go queen e1 check. At some point, to do the mate, we need to stop checking. And what I mean is he's gonna go rook e8 check. And then we need to escape with the king. We cannot take it because he will promote with check. So I need to consider it. I need to consider it. If we go queen f2 check, king h1, pawn takes pawn, for example, it's not a stupid move to consider. I think it's not. I think it's a practical option for white that I should consider. I would definitely consider that on a game, so I will do it now. I mean, I assume it's winning because at least we can trade on g3, not go for the mate, and keep checking until we do a fork to the rook on c8. Okay, but or we can check, put the queen b2 check, queen c1 check, and then king d7. And then king d7. So if rook d8 check, we take with the king on c7. So okay, I see a win now against that idea. I see a win. After... Okay, you got it. Okay. Yeah, but I need to be sure. I need to be sure because, you know, I I need to consider all the resources. Yeah, there might be other ways. There might be other ways to win, but like maybe just take on g3 first and queen c3 check. So now after rook e8, queen e8 doesn't work, rook f7 doesn't work, queen f3 doesn't work, queen g2 doesn't work, queen a2 doesn't work, queen c2, queen c2, pawn takes g3, king g2, queen d5 check, king goes down, and the queen defends d1. So queen c2 is another interesting move. Oh, a rook is on e8 again, Pepe. I'm calculating the wrong way. So pawn takes g3, king g2, queen d5 check. He has to go to f1, but then we have queen h1, and the king is cut. So at least we win the queen. Although queen h1 is checkmate, so checkmate is good. Okay. Okay, so queen c2 doesn't work either. Hey, Miss Keck. What's up? Okay, I'm gonna go rook e8, guys. I have to go in 22 minutes, and I would like to see all 5 passes. I'm sorry, Bobby. I'm committed to reach 3,000, and for that, I don't mind if I only get 1 point per puzzle, but I don't want to fail them. Queen a2, okay, queen a2. Queen a2, which is, you know, the most challenging or threatening one. So here we said we take, he cannot take because he loses the rook. And after king g2, we go queen e4 check. And if he goes down, we go queen e1 check, rook e2 check. Right? Play as if it was bullet. No. Now, if he goes first, king h1, we go rook e1 check, king g2, rook G1 check or queen G1? Now if he goes to H1 we can go queen D5, queen E4 check, queen G2. No, we cannot. Oh well, we could. After queen G2 we can go queen B1 check and rook E1. So stake, okay. So now we have this check. If king goes down, we go queen E1 and rook E2, right? We're correct with that? And that's probably what he's gonna play, because I don't think he wants to lose the rook. And I mean, I bet a computer would better play rook versus queen, especially with an active rook, than rook and queen versus queen. But yeah, this has to be the move, right? There's no other move. Yeah. 3 points, guys. 3 points. Yes! Okay, I'm gonna grab more coffee. I'll put the next puzzle for you to solve. I'll be back in a minute. Oh, is this the same? So similar. Hey Malek, be right back. Okay, what do we have here? Again, another position of rook queen versus rook queen. Our king is a bit exposed, but look at that terrible king. That's even more exposed. Check this one later. Oh, okay. Thanks for sharing. I'm gonna copy the link and I'm gonna check it after this one. All right. Thanks, user. Okay, we have to be careful with this kind of thing, but of course, as usual, let's start considering the checks, like queen f7 or rook f7. In this puzzle, not a lot of moves strike as good moves. I think queen f7 is pretty obvious, right? Like for example, king d6, we have rook f6. If king goes down, well, he can't play queen e7, so that's good news. He can't, right? There's only one check after that. Queen of 7 Pepe, I win your applause for it. Why at first bishop and not the knight? What? Oh, you're talking about the other puzzle. Okay, I thought we were gonna look at that after this one. Guys, please, focus. Queen f7. Check. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 moves. Let's start eliminating some of them, because this pawn is controlling this. I see some checkmates might happen when the king is on c5. So for example, queen check, if the king goes here, rook check, the king has to go to c5 in both cases. And then it seems to me that some checkmate should happen. Probably queen f8 first. or queen a7? Queen a7, king d5. No, queen a7, there's king c4. I don't want to allow king c4, but I cannot go queen c7. So maybe it's not that easy. Oh, but there's queen b4, so queen f8. Queen f8. If king d5, queen a8, and queen c6 checkmate. No, king c4 again. It's not checkmate. Are you talking about this puzzle or the other puzzle, guys? Oh, this puzzle, okay. Thank you. So, okay. I'm gonna try and solve first if he goes up. Rook f6 check. In both cases, he has to go to c5. And then either queen a7 or queen f8. I thought queen f8 to have queen b4 if he goes down. But oh yeah, okay. Queen b4 wins. So I mean wins. So for example, what I'm seeing is after queen f8 check, if he goes king c4, queen b4 check. If he goes back up to d5, queen b3 check. And if he goes to c5, we have queen c2 check, queen c6 checkmate. If he goes to e4, we should have something there, but maybe we don't, because he has d3 to block the checks. No, it's tough. Play the first move so I can calculate. What? Bobby, you still don't know how do I want to solve puzzles, right? I told you many times already. I will not play the first move until I'm sure it is the right one. So I'm sorry. Okay, once the king is on c5, we may have something better. There's not even another candidate. There are other candidate moves. Why do you say that? I'm just trying to calculate first the forcing one. There's always candidate moves. You are so distracting, man. Queen f7 check, king Okay. So king c5 is not possible. Why? Why do you say king c5 is not possible, Malek? King e4, there's rook e6. You're right. You're right, Malek. But king c5, there are other lines, not just the king d5 line. So okay, let's go there. King c5. Well, it's not possible. It's the only move, king c5. But after queen f8 check, he can go to d5, not only c4. But okay, he goes to c4, queen b4 check. He can go to d3, not only d5. So okay, but you're right. After king d5, queen b3 check. If he goes to e4, we have a ping. But if he goes to c5, we have queen c2 check, queen c6 mate. Okay, so he can't go to e4 after queen b3 check. You're right. But now we need to discard also the possibility that he goes to d5 first, after queen f8 check, king c4, queen b4 check, king d5. No, king d5 is the one we saw. To d3, king d3. Then we have queen b3 check. If king e4, I don't know how to win. That's a problem. Oh, no, yeah, rook e6 again. So king d2 only move to prevent the ping. Then rook f2 check. And then king e1 only move. Queen b1 checkmate. Okay, so he's checkmated there. So after queen check, king down, rook f6 check, king c5, queen f8 check, he can't go to c4, right? He can't go to c4, he has to go to d5 immediately. There we may have queen a8 check. Queen a8, he has king c4, so I don't like it. Queen g8. Queen g8 to have still the ping on c6, on e6. So queen g8 check forces king c5, and then queen c8 check, and queen c6 checkmate. Aha. So queen g8 against king d5, queen g8 check. If he goes to e4, we have rook e6. If he goes to c5, which is the only other move, queen c8 check and queen c6 checkmate. Okay, so after queen f7 check, he can't go here because it's for checkmate. Or, well, I mean, maybe the other lines are even worse for him. Maybe everything is checkmate, but at least I already saw the checkmates if he goes up. Now, if he goes down, if he goes to d8 or c8. Well, c8 seems suspicious because we have this additional check here, which maybe it's not the worst. Now, I think against both of them, I probably go queen g8. So king d8, queen g8, there's no queen e8 because of rook f8. So I guess queen g8 works against both of them. And then king will be in one of those three squares, then rook f7 check, king will be in one of those three squares, because I don't know, after rook f7 probably there's no king e6, probably. If king e6, queen g6 check, king d5, I'm not sure about that. Maybe, I don't know about that. So, okay, he's gonna be in one of those four squares. I don't know why are you saying that we transpose, because the rook is not gonna be on f6 in these lines. And then we don't have rook e6. I don't see a rook going to f6 in these lines. So maybe I need to check on f8 to have rook f6. So maybe after this I need to check on f8 and have a solution against queen e8, which I probably have. So if I check on f8 and he goes to one of these squares, and I check on f7 and he goes to one of these squares, then I think I'm transposing. But the problem is on e6 I don't have rook f6 check. Queen g6 check. Yeah. Okay, let's start with queen g8, which is the most obvious. f6, f8 makes more sense. So we have rook e6, rook e7 if king e6. Oh, that's right. That's right. So after check on f8, check on f7, he's gonna have access only to those squares there. You're right. Actually, to those two squares. Yeah. You're right. You're right. And then I have rook f6. At least. And if he goes to c5, Well, he can't. if he goes no, maybe on those squares I check with queen first. Like, for example, if king b6, queen d8 check, followed by rook f6 check, transposes to the previous lines, probably. Or allows king b7, queen b6 check, rook f8 check. That seems like a kill box to me. It's not entirely transposing. It's not entirely transposing because the king is in new squares. He can go back to b7, but I think he's killed there, and he can go to a5. If he goes to c5, it should transpose. But with her queen on f8, you cannot go there. He doesn't have king a5 because of queen b4 check. No, 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 I mean after queen d8 check. I mean once he's on b6. Ah, you mean rook f6 immediately. I'm not sure of rook f6 immediately because he can go back to c7, b7 or a7. Ah, then I go queen g7. Yeah. So rook f6, yeah. If he goes up, so let's say king b7, if queen g7, queen c7, rook e7, winning the queen. Rook f7, I mean. Yeah. So I guess rook queen f8 seems to work. I think all lines work. But I'm thinking there might be even more than one way to win if he goes here. It seems there's more than one way to win. Now, I need to consider after king d8, queen f8, queen e8, which is queen d6, rook f8. And okay, let's go. So he goes up here, rook f6. He goes there, here, queen f8. Here, queen b4 check, and puzzle is solved, guys. Yes! 1 point. 1 point. Puzzle rating is pending. So it wasn't maybe that's difficult. Okay, this is 3 out of 5. Let's continue. Oh, finally a puzzle with some more pieces. Okay, we're in check. We're in check, and we have some options. D5. Let's say the stupid options first. And is D5 stupid? Probably. And now let's say the not stupid ones. You don't remember? We already did it. Oh, we did this one? We did this one, Bobby? No, I don't remember. Hey, Fonsa. What's up? Happy Sunday. Oh, I needed to solve the other puzzle first. Sorry. Before we solve this. You should work on your memory. I mean, Bobby, I have memory for this. I don't really care not to remember this until I start looking at it and I see the ADS, and then I will remember for sure. So thanks, but don't be mean, please. Be cool. Can I do this? So you can see the full board. Okay, what is this? This is a puzzle that someone shared with us. Who was it? User shared this puzzle with us. Find best move for black. I mean, there's a fork on e4, so it's just taking an e4, and we win a piece. Nice. Okay. Thanks for sharing, user. Yeah, in well, in puzzles, it, also in chess, you should always look for the most forcing moves first, which are checks, checkmate threats. In this case, there are no checks or checkmate threats, and the next one would be captures. So this kind of capture you should consider first, and in this case, it's pretty obvious the line because there's only one move, and then we have fork. So thanks, and let's go back to chess.com to keep going with the tactics. Do you like the new chess layout, Lichess layout? Yeah, I've been following some of the streams while Thibault was developing, and yeah, I like it, sort of. There are some little things I don't like, but okay, it's a matter of taste. So knight takes g2, rawr. So d5, knight takes d5, knight takes g2. That's too crazy, Bobby. That's too crazy. We allow a double check. If that works, man, if that works. I mean, the rook is hanging on a1. Wow. You had it right. Yeah, okay. But I need to understand it before doing that crazy move. d5, knight takes d5, knight takes g2. Now, knight e7 or knight f6. Let's say knight e7, not to hang the knight. King h8, of course, only move. And then we're attacking the rook. We're attacking the knight on e7. If he trades queens, well, we start a piece up. That helps. And we're not losing material. That's it. Wow. It's all about avoiding bishop takes f4. Oh yeah, because he's threatening to take our piece. That's right. And if he takes our knight on g2, we can either take the knight on e7 or trade queens and take the rook on a1. So, yeah. Yeah, it seems... I mean, it's not the most natural move, right? Because in the initial position, d5 in principle seems stupid because our knight is pinned. But it's not pinned if it goes to g2, of course. Haha. We had it like 2 weeks ago. I sort of remember the idea now in the back of my mind, but I cannot tell what the winning line was. But yeah, it seems winning. What do you say? Okay, let's go there. I trust your memory. Thanks, Bobby. I trust your memory. 2,999, guys. One puzzle to go. If we solve it, we're gonna reach 3,000 again, even if we only get 1 point. Your memory is not that great. Well, it is better than mine, for at least for this. 9. 99999. There's a quote with that, or a clip, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, let's go, guys. Rawr. Again, queen and rook versus queen and rook. Okay, check and check on e6. And we take the rook, and he has no checks. Okay, check, rook f8. Sorry, queen e6 check, king h7, of course, rook takes f8, c2. Or c takes b2. And we resign because we cannot take on f5. Oh, that's unfortunate. 21 why? 21 what? Ah, how old are you? Okay. Huh. Ah, we don't resign. We have... No, we don't. I've heard that around 30 we're in the peak of our chess abilities. Your memory seems good, that's why. Uh-huh. Okay, so check, check. Check, check, take. Check. I mean, we might have a draw in that line. But are we playing for a draw here? Well, we're down so many pawns. Like 3 pawns down. So maybe we need to go for the draw. Like rook e8, rook f8, queen e6, king h7, rook takes f8, pawn to c2 or to b2, I'm not sure. Queen g8 check, king g6, queen e6 check, king g5, queen e7 check. Something like that. Might be a draw. Do we have any other ideas here? Draw would be too easy. We're 3 pawns down. Our king is terrible. He's promoting. I don't know, Bobby. We have no other checks. Ah, in the first position. Yeah, but we might have some, I don't know, some crazy idea that I'm not seeing. Look at our monster rook. Well, first move is probably gonna be rook e8. We have also this move, b4. What about that move? Ah, he takes en passant. Ah. Hey Dionut, what's up? Maybe tempo on queen on the C rank with rook. Wait, what? How? Like rook c8 at some point? En passant is illegal. What? He can take en passant. He can. It's not illegal. It's totally legal. Without thinking, I would do rook check, then queen check. Oh, with a pawn. I didn't see it. Yeah, en passant is always with a pawn. I guess you mean with a pawn. No, before the problem is he takes en passant and I mean, looks suspicious to me, that idea. Although then we would have some queen takes b3 idea. Nah. No, never mind. I give up. Never give up. So rook e8 check, the only logical move. Rook f8, the only legal move. Queen e6 check, the only logical move, I think. King h7. And then I bet on rook takes f8 and go for the draw. But we might have some clever idea first. Take with rook and rook c8 then. But we don't have time for that, Miss Keck. If we take on f8, so check, rook f8, queen e6, check, king h7. If we take on f8, he goes pawn takes b2, or even c2, yeah, c2, and rook c8 he promotes with checkmate. We don't have time for that. We have time for queen g8. That we have. Queen g8 check, king g6 only move. And then it would be nice to have some sort of perpetual. I thought some rook f6 crazy sacrifice, which doesn't work. Queen back to f7, king g5 only move, queen takes g7 check. Oh, actually that's an interesting line. We might be winning. Wait. I didn't calculate the check on f7. I only calculated on e6. I'm so stupid. Oh, but he goes back to h7 and it's a draw. Yeah. But okay, at least if we have the draw. Rook e7. Rook e7. Okay. Let's calculate it. Rook f8, rook e7. Only move queen e5, right? We take it. I guess we take it. Then he has to take a rook. He has to. He has no time to push pawns, I think. So takes our rook. Then we take on c3 and that's done. It's done. Well, there's this line. Wait. Okay, rook e7. Let's try to be clever with black. Rook f8. Rook check. Rook f8. Rook e7. Queen e5. Rook takes queen. c2. Maybe we have some other move, but I guess... I mean, maybe we have queen e6 check first, but let's say rook e1, d3. Nah, it's just about protecting d2. Just queen e6, queen e3 or something like that. Or even queen takes d6. No. That kind of... So he has to take, we take, and that's done. It's done. Yeah. It's done. Thanks, Malek. Thanks. Well seen. And 3002, guys. We did it. Shouldn't be so hard to see mate threat on g7. Yeah. Yeah, this is another puzzle to analyze. Very interesting to analyze this kind of blindness. I think in a real game it would be easier than in a puzzle. In a puzzle you start and you don't have the feeling of the position, so you think, okay, check, and because he has very strong threats of promoting with checkmate, I need to keep checking, and you only think of queen e6. But in a real game we're probably having those ideas from behind. Like in this position we probably got with our, when we put our queen on g6, we had already ideas of rook e7 probably in this game. So I think in a real game it's easier because you already have the ideas of the position. Like probably black had to play rook f7 in the past to prevent rook e7. And yeah, in a game I think it's easier to spot the tactical weaknesses or weak points because you already thought about it in in previous positions. While here in the puzzle, yeah, at least I was totally blind. I was thinking about keep checking here because, you know. Yeah, rook e7, very nice. I was right about draw being too easy. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Okay, I think that's it. Let me hit the next button just to be sure. Yeah, that was it. So now, I have here, I took a note here that I should practice king and two knights versus plus bishop versus king and knight against the stockfish. Let me open Lichess now and try to do that. Thanks for the tactics. I have to study. Hasta luego, Bobby. Have a good study, and thanks for being there. I'm gonna do a couple of funny positions here on Lichess, and then I will call it a day too, because I have many things to do actually today for a Sunday. Yeah, I have to prepare studies for tomorrow, and I have to have lunch. I have to code a little, and I hope to have a movie night later. Okay, clear board. It's a bit slow. Let me close chess.com. So two knights and a bishop versus a knight. White to play, yeah, standard. Continue from here, play with the machine. This should be a win, but let's see how easy it is. Let's give me time to think. 10 plus 5. Let's play with Stockfish level 8. With white, of course. Trade knights, yeah, of course, that's my most basic strategy, to look for that. Now let's see if I can, well, let's do the first move, and let me see if I can show this better for you. 1 second. I'm trying to fix the layout a bit. Give me a second. Like this. Okay. Okay, yeah, trading knights would be nice. Let's first dominate the knight a bit, and now I'm gonna start running with the king. And okay, so what I need to avoid is to lose my bishop. What I need to avoid is his knight to take my bishop, just that. So if he goes here, I go here to keep dominating the knight. Okay, let's go with the king. Now this should be very easy, right? This should be very easy. There's only one thing to avoid, is knight takes bishop. And another thing to avoid is the 50 move rule, of course. Yeah, let's bring the knight, why not? Okay. Actually, this king c5. This, he has some checks. And then I can avoid checks. If knight f5, king here allows some other checks. Okay, computer is being clever. I mean, I would expect from a computer to trade knights because if he evaluates the position as lost, sometimes the computer loses in anyway. Okay, a knight king fork with stalemate. Knight king fork with stalemate. I don't understand what you mean. Let's go there. Let's remove this just in case. I can check first. Nah. Well, I can. C5. I mean, I need to start doing something instead of keeping these ideas of cutting the knight. Okay, so he goes there. I also have this check now. Let's keep checking. D5, I'm expecting. Now let's dominate. If knight c4, king f4, maybe. Maybe it's not that easy. At least the way I'm doing it. King f4, knight g6. So if I go here, he keeps here. And I have no fork on d3. If I go here, the same, but I can go up. I mean, at least I need this feeling of making progress. Is move number 15 now. Okay, that's a small win. So probably need to prevent that. And if knight g5, what do I do if knight g5? I go to e5, knight f7 again. Yeah, I don't like it. But okay, I like how the knights cut the king. So maybe I just, after knight g5, maybe I just go here. I don't know. Or can I do differently? Check, he goes here. Check, he goes here. But this check prevents knight g5, so if he goes here, I can move up. Then knight h6 check, and it's a draw. Ah! Huh. Check, king d6 to prevent knight e5, right? Okay, I'm gonna do this check anyway. And instead of king f5, I go bishop c4. If he goes to d6, I go bishop c4. If knight e5, I just go bishop back to somewhere. Uh-huh. Has to go here back. Or there. Now I can go here. Hinting at this. Knight d6 I'm expecting. But I have also this check, which is a bit annoying. This check he has to go here, and then I just dominate, and I want the bishop trade, the knight trade. So I'm gonna do that. Check, king e7, bishop d3. And he cannot take my knight. But he might be escaping there, or not. Is this knight be trapped there? Check, king f7, check. If king f6, I would love to control e7 so the knight is trapped. So maybe I go here on knight e5. Yeah. Because that prevents these two. So he keeps running, okay. Now knight e5 controls these squares and the knight is a bit under pressure now, right? He still has this idea, but I can probably prevent, or maybe this check. Or this actually. Okay, that. And if knight is c8 check, I cannot go there, but I can go here. Now this seems good. This seems good. Okay, now the knight is totally trapped. So I think I'm gonna just play it safe with 98 check. His king is cut, so another way to play it safe is, I mean, the king cannot keep attacking my knight if he has to move, so I can just play something like this, for example, if the knight moves. So he's gonna go here. But then I go check and take. So it's gonna be even easier than, it's not gonna be king, knight and bishop. Oh yeah, it's gonna be king, knight and bishop. So he did right. I have to take here, he takes my knight. Because if I check first, I cannot save the knight. But it's okay. I mean, it's totally winning. I can do this also. What's the best? I mean, this feels like the king is a bit more trapped than if I start with this. But anyway, yeah, okay, let's do this then. He's gonna have king e6 anyway. He's gonna have king e6 now, yeah. Okay, never mind. King e5 maybe, yeah. King d4 now. Yeah. Yeah, at some point, I'm not sure, it wasn't that easy as I thought, but not that difficult either. Now black is getting toasted. Yeah. Okay, let's go here. Can probably pre-move most of the moves now. Except this one now I cannot pre-move it. Okay. This I can pre-move it probably. Yeah. Okay. Difficult to now to make it under 50? No, it's not. It takes like between 20 and 30 if you do it right, of course. It's not so difficult. I can pre-move now. I think it's gonna go back probably. Yeah, so now it's easy. I can pre-move the rest of the moves mostly. Cool. Cool. So it took the whole endgame took 63 moves, but of course we took the knight in the middle. We took the knight where? When did we take the knight? Here in move 28. So 63. It was 28 moves until we took the knight, and then 35 moves. 35 moves until we checkmate. That's some skill. Oh, yeah. Well, it's a mechanical procedure. There's a clip somewhere out there when I did it under a minute. It was a challenge to checkmate knight and bishop to do this checkmate under a minute. I think I took 40 seconds against the Stockfish. So you have practiced this a lot, Pepe? Yeah, a long time ago I did. Yeah, but I know the mechanics, so I know the ins and outs of this endgame. So yeah, not a lot of practice though, but because it's really simple. It's like, I don't know, like if you practice. I mean, I know, for example, to checkmate king and rook versus king, you don't really need to practice it a lot to do it fast, because it's easy. Once you know the mechanics of this is also easy. It's not very complicated. Okay, what's next? I wanted to analyze some of the tactics. It's not too late. I might analyze. Or I might do that in a different stream during the week, because I need to prepare some studies today for tomorrow. Let me see. Tomorrow I'm going to do the endgames session tomorrow night as usual, and we have some topics for that were voted on Discord. Let me have a look here, and I have nothing prepared for that, so I need to prepare that for tomorrow. Jump. Okay, so the most voted topic is random domination studies. I don't need to prepare that because I'm gonna just pick random studies from this book, and that's gonna be it. But then we have knight versus bishop with one pawn on the board, and I need to prepare that. I need to prepare a study for that. And then we have rook versus two pawns and bishop versus two pawns and bishop opposite color. Those are very complex topics, so I need to prepare those studies for tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. So what to do now to finish this stream? What to do now to finish this stream, guys? Maybe we can pick one domination study randomly and do that to get a taste of what we're going to do tomorrow. Why not? Tools, board editor. So tell me a number, Miss Keck. Tell me, is chat alive still? Well, you are at least. I guess it is. Bobby had to leave. I don't know. Maybe other people is only watching. I see 14 viewers now. Miskek, tell me a random number between 1 and 2545. Random number between 1 and 2545. One, two, three, four. Okay, I like that one. So let's pick 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. It's gonna be nice. So we have 3 pawns there. We have another pawn here and another pawn on f5. Knight on h5. Bishop. That's a bishop on c5. And the king is here. And there's nothing more than that for white. And then for black, we have pawn here, pawn here, pawn here. No more pawns. We have queen and king. So we have king here and queen here. All right, I think this is the position. Let's. Oh, I can play against the computer maybe. Nah, let's go to analysis board. It's white to play. Okay, thankfully Stockfish starts off. I think you can see the board. Perfect. Okay, perfect. So it's white to play and win. And then we're gonna check the solution with the book. White to play and win. It's minor pieces versus queen. We might trap that queen and win it, maybe, because this king is exposed. These are domination studies, so it's probably about winning the queen, not about checkmating, but there might be some checkmate ideas that force him to play a move that loses the queen. But we need to be careful also with promotion ideas, right? Okay, let's first consider where can this queen move. It doesn't have a lot of squares, like if we attack it, for example. It does not have a lot of squares. So the queen right now can go here, 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 or here. And of course, queen takes bishop is a threat. Maybe check first and we have passed pawn. Check first. So we only have checks taking on b3, right? We can take twice. And the king has to either go to b3 in the end or to d3. With pawns to avoid black taking. Yeah. There might be a subtlety because between taking first with one or with the other. Like if he does not take back, it's different to have the pawn here or here. But I guess c takes b3 would be my first idea. Okay, because we're not trying to solve it now, it's not for rating, it's just analysis board. I'm gonna make moves on the board instead of putting arrows as usually. I'm gonna actually make the moves until we solve it. So it's gonna be a bit easier than usual tactics because we're allowed to move the pieces. So if we take twice, he has two options now. Let's start with the obvious. So now you're saying we have a passed pawn. Yes. but I'm really concerned that this king now has many moves, and this queen has also many squares, so I don't know how to chase the queen now. Like, he's not gonna fall for a fork with the king on b3, I think. So f4 he just takes our pawn, f6 he just takes our knight. I don't know. Don't really like this position right now. So let's go back to the initial position and think, is there a way to stop queen takes c5 that makes more sense than doing the checks? Is there another way? I mean, we can move the bishop. The problem is if we move the bishop, I don't want to lose control of this square where he can check us. The king is more exposed in these two squares than on b3, I think. So maybe we should allow him to have this a3 or f8. Okay, yeah, moving the bishop, right? Or b4 with checkmating crazy ideas that I don't see working. But he can still check with the queen. No, he cannot. I mean, if we go here or here, he cannot. Oh yeah, he can check us on d4. That's right. Yeah, it doesn't feel right, because then on the d file he has more squares. Or on b5, yeah, you're right, also on b5. Ugh. So okay, let's go back to this. Let's go back to this. Huh. This is hard to believe. It's hard to believe that we have something here. Right? He has no check right now, but it would be nice to have a Sux one that prevents queen takes f5. Queen takes f5 is the annoying move now, and we don't have access to d4. Hard to believe, yeah. Let's go back here. Huh. So these domination puzzles, sometimes I put them on the board and I'm calculating, and I reach this point of, do I have the right position? And I look back in the book, because sometimes I don't believe it. Like, is this really winning for white? Okay, I think I put the right position. This is a pawn on a. Oh. I don't have the right position. Okay, the difference is important. I don't have the right position, guy. Okay, sorry. Go back to the editor board. Board editor. It's just a pawn. It's just a pawn. The pawn is not. Oh, I need to create it again. I'm sorry. I had the wrong position. Okay. So I had this right. So there were pawns here. The knight was in the right place. The bishop was in the right place. I mean, white pieces were okay. Black pieces were mostly okay. were mostly okay. But I've put a pawn here, right? You remember that? Well, the pawn was here. Okay. Now this is a big difference now. Now this makes sense. Now the puzzle can be solved, I guess. Okay. Continue from here. No. Analysis board. Analysis board. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Now it's all much easier because now both CB and AB are obviously good. Okay, and of course AB is the logical because it only gives one move for black, right? Okay. now this is easier. Okay, I think A takes B, King D5 makes sense. Now the king will be exposed to some knight checks at some point, which makes the domination easier. So I would start with this check, only legal move King D5, and now there's no more Queen takes C5 also. Okay, now the queen cannot deliver checks. It would be lovely to stop Queen takes F5. The queen can now go here, nope. Here, nope. Here, yes. So the queen can go here, here, here. There's a fork in here, or here. Okay. C4 is a check. Oh, C4 is a check, you're right. C4 forces the king to E4. And then knight G3 check, or F3 check, sacrificing the pawn. I'm thinking. No, okay. What I was thinking was wrong. I was thinking F3 to threaten C4 checkmate, because now he has no checks, and then I thought that prevents Queen F5 because after C4 he only has King E4 and then we have the fork. But of course after F3 he doesn't have King E4. He had to go King E5 in that specific line. But F3 is interesting because it threatens mate. So we have a check, but then the king has many squares, so I'm not sure. But yeah, we have a check. We have a checkmate threat also. Checkmate threat is good. But then we will need to consider how do we win against Queen H8. Maybe C4 check. F4. Okay, F4. F4 is interesting, but after Queen takes F5, hey Chestafari, thanks for the suggestion. After Queen takes F5, what is our idea after Queen takes F5? How are we going to... It would be nice to push the king to one of those two squares, to have a fork, then C4, F4, Queen takes F5, C4 pushes the king to one of those two squares, you're right. But knight G3 is mate threat and protects the pawn. So F4, actually, why am I putting arrows if I can do moves? Yeah, C4 check pushes the king and we have forks. So that's good. So he cannot take the pawn here. The problem is then we're not gonna have checkmates. So is the queen, can the queen go to a safe square? Let's say here. What about that? The knight is hanging, c4, king escapes. So knight g3, right? Knight g3 here. Threatening checkmate, but he starts having checks and this check loses the bishop, wins the bishop, I mean. So, and c4 check. Ah, knight g3. Ah, you meant knight g3 now. Okay. And same with knight g3, I believe. Same with knight g3, queen h8. After c4 checking e5. And okay, at least here we don't lose the bishop. Yeah, but he checks on f6. Oh, right. All right. We need to keep the bishop protected. Wait, this might still be good. We need to prevent that, so maybe f4 now. Oh, but it's black to move. What am I saying? It's black to move here. Maybe he just runs. Huh. Or queen takes b2. Queen takes b2 seems risky, but maybe it works too. Queen takes b2 here. And if f4 threatening this mate, yeah, queen takes e2. Almost there. So instead of, so we're in this position, right? Instead of knight f6, sorry, moving the knight and losing control of that, we can start with f4 as we already explored, or f3. But I need an idea against queen takes f5 that I'm not quite having. So f3 and f4 interesting moves. Those are my two candidate moves right now. I think f3 is more interesting because it cuts the king. It cuts the king. Like f4, queen h8, and the king will run. So what's going on with f3? Why can't he just take here? What do we have here? c4 check, king e5, only move. So let's keep playing. This is only move. Do we have something here? Ah, f4 now. f4 now, guys. This wins the queen. Aha. Aha. So let's go over the line now and try from the beginning and try to see if he has other options. After this check, only move. All right. f3, not f4. Make main line. So with threatening checkmate, what options does he have? Queen takes, loses to this check. Here he loses queen, and here after f4 he loses queen. So other moves here. This loses to a fork. This loses to a fork. This is available. This is available. Queen takes f5 is not available. Queen h8 is available. Queen e8 is available. No, queen e8 loses to a fork. So queen b8. Okay, let's see move by move and see whether we have same type of ideas. After queen e1, we have c4 check, king e5. We have knight f4 check. After queen e1, we have knight f4 check. King e5 is only move, so we have knight d3 check, and we win the queen. Okay. Against queen h2, we have knight f6 check and knight g4 check. Okay. Against queen h8, we have knight f4 check and knight g6 check. And against queen b8, let's put that on the board, that's the last one. We have knight here check and this check. Yeah. Okay. So we win the queen, I think, in all lines. Yeah, queen here, we have this check, only move. The thing is, any check, the only move is always king e5, and that's a problem for black. Queen h2, we have this check, and this. All these puzzles, they're hard. Well, they're all about same type of patterns dominating in the endgame, because these pieces are dominating the queen. Two minors dominating the queen. So this book, let me not lose the page. Well, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's easy. Doesn't matter. This book has 4 parts. 4 parts. So more or less 2,500. So more or less 600 or 700 puzzles each part. And first part is trapping minor pieces. Second part is trapping the rook. Third part is trapping the queen. This is where we are. And part 4 is trapping pieces with other forces. So we are specifically in chapter 1 of part 3, which is minor pieces trap queen. But for example, the next chapter is rooks trap queen. Next one is rook and minor piece trap queen. So yeah, there are thematic chapters on always dominating, always trapping a piece in the endgame. So those are cool for practicing. I think domination is one of the most important concepts in endgames, along with, of course, the basic square rule, rook activity, and stuff like that. There are not a lot of, well, opposition. Yeah, opposition is another important thing in endgames. And the next one is domination. Domination is more important in practical endgames, where it's not a simple theoretical endgame. Then domination applies applies more than opposition, for example. Opposition is more for king and pawn endgames, specifically theoretical endgames. In practical endgames with more pawns, maybe triangulation could be more important, and domination is more important when there are pieces. And okay, that was cool. That was cool. Queen cannot go anywhere else, and after this, yeah, we already seen f4. Okay, let me verify if we got the solution right. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four. Let's go back to the beginning. Solution says is a takes b, check, king d5. So far so good. f3, yeah, exactly. So we got it right. And now it gives the line with queen takes f5. Queen takes f5, c4 check, king e5, f4 check, yeah. And now it says king e4 or king e6 and knight g3, yeah. Oh, it gives one line we didn't see, which is queen takes b2 in move. We didn't consider king takes b2. Look at, oh, okay. After f3, we considered this, but we didn't consider queen takes b2. Oh! Thankfully, there's a fork on d3. We didn't see that one. We didn't see this. Okay. Oof. And yeah, because this checks will force the king to e5. With the knight, we're basically covering all the squares from d7, g4, from where we're gonna have checks there. So now from d3, from g6. So knight f4 check followed by knight d3 check, or knight g6 check, or knight f6 check followed by knight g4, or knight f6 check followed by knight d7 check. So we're basically defending, in a way, all the squares, and I jump from here. So we're actually defending all these squares implicitly with the knight. We're defending all these squares with the knight. Therefore, all those squares are forbidden for the queen. I'm sorry for the arrows and the colors. We're controlling all those squares because we have 2 checks in a forced way to the king. And that's a typical scenario of domination. So you save the checks, you save in this position. When the king is in a bad shape, you save the checks, like this check and this check and this check. You save them. You put black in Suksuan. Okay, so this kind of puzzles we're gonna do some tomorrow, because this was the most voted topic. But I will start tomorrow. In tomorrow's session on endgames, we will do this at the end of the session. We will start with the theoretical endgames that got voted to, which is going to be, I think, bishop versus knight. And if I have time, maybe I do bishop and 2 pawns versus bishop, and rook versus 2 pawns. Those were the most voted topics. Okay, thanks guys. It was fun, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great Sunday. And yeah, again, thanks for being there. See you. Bye bye, Miss Cake.